Good evening, everyone. Firstly, I'd like to thank the West Central Jackson Improvement Association for hosting this forum. Again, I'm Regina Quinn, and I'm running for mayor of the city of Jackson. I've called Jackson home all of my life. I grew up on Ridgeway Street. I was the first general counsel of Jackson State University and had a lot to do with the improvement around campus. I'm extremely proud of that. We faced many challenges in Jackson, and undoubtedly we're going to face many more. But one thing that I'm sure of, that none of these challenges are insurmountable. We can do this, Jackson. We are going to do this. We have a great city, a wonderful city. I have a passion for Jackson. I know that I have the capability of handling this job, with the commitment as well. If we work together, we can achieve some extraordinary things. But if we are divisive, if we keep pulling each other apart, we're going to accomplish very little. So I'm asking you to join me and let's move Jackson forward together.
Thank you, Attorney.
Good evening. I'm Francis Smith. I'm a local pastor here in this great city of Jackson, Mississippi. I am too a candidate for the mayoral race for this lovely city. And what I plan to do here is to do things that no other mayor has done before. For the past 12, 13 years, we have been in a great abyss. It's time to come out of the pits of hell and let's do things the right way, not so much politically, but with common sense. I look forward to seeing you at the polls. I need you to remember the name throughout this campaign, Francis Smith. I will be your next mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Mr. Yarber.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tony Yarber. I'm excited to have the opportunity to represent Ward 6 as the city councilman. First, I want to give God glory for the opportunity to be here, and I also want to thank West Central Jackson Association, and I also want to thank our moderator, Mr. Hill. It's my desire to be mayor of the city of Jackson. Ladies and gentlemen, our city is at an extremely critical point, and I have the understanding that this city needs a leader who's prepared to do this from day one. We've gotten off to a great start, and it's our opportunity to move the ball down the field and score the touchdown that this city is so desperately needed. I'm excited to have the support not only of the people who are in this city, but of family. My wife and I, who are raising our children in this city. We have 3 children. One's a student at Jackson State. 2 are in Jackson Public Schools right now. It's the 2 of us have matriculated through Jackson Public Schools. We need a mayor who's prepared to lead, who will be innovative, and not only who talks about the opportunity to be for the people, but who is absolutely of the people. Tony Yarber, ladies and gentlemen, I need your vote.
Thank you, Mr. Yarber. Mr. Johnson.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I too would like to thank the West Central Jackson Improvement Association for sponsoring this forum, and thank all of you for being here. Because your presence means that you're interested in the city of Jackson. And that's what we need. We need citizens who are interested in the city of Jackson. You know, it's a shame that 30% of the voters in the city of Jackson elects the mayor of the city of Jackson. We need to do better than that. We can do better than that. I stand before you as a public servant with over 40 years, 4 decades of service. To the citizens of Jackson, to the citizens of this state. We've built a foundation together. My commitment to you is to continue to build on that foundation, to continue to move this city forward. We can do better. Have we done everything that needs to be done? No. But we can do better in terms of moving this city forward. What we need is experienced leadership. What we need is experience you can trust. I'm offering myself again for mayor of the city of Jackson. I ask for your prayers, I ask for your support, and I ask for your vote on April 8th.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Ms. Barrett, time. I'm sorry, excuse me.
Well, the mayor just took my words, but I too am here tonight to ask for your support as a candidate for mayor of the city of Jackson. I've been on the council for 29 years. I ran for office when the form of government changed in 1985. My 5th daughter was starting 1st grade, and along the way, through the years, people have asked me, Margaret, why don't you run? I've did not ever think that I would have the time to do that. I was totally committed to my family. With the untimely death of Mayor Lumumba, I find that it may be the right time for me, and I think the future of Jackson is bright. We have so much to do and so much to offer, and I ask for the support of each and every one of you. Thank you very much. And thank you, West Central Jackson Improvement Association, for hosting this tonight. And what a wonderful tribute to democracy in our city to see you all here tonight.
Thank you, Ms. Barrett Simone. Mr. Lumumba.
Good evening. I'm attorney Halloway Lumumba. I am the managing partner of Lumumba Freeline and Associates. I know that I don't have much time, so I'm going to be brief here with this introduction. Look, I'm not a politician. My father actually introduced the discussion with me into entering electoral politics, and I told him that I wasn't interested. There were other things that I was doing in serving the community. And so I didn't think that that was in my immediate purview. But February 25th changed that for me because I realized that I was the best person situated to carry forward the vision that was set forth by the People's Platform. And I'm not the best person situated because I carry his name. And I'm not running on emotion. What I'm running on is understanding. I understand the principles that have to guide us, the principles that incorporate the people in the process of governing. The government has to be accountable to the people. And so that is what you will get in a Halloway and Charles Lumumba administration, much like you got in a Halloway Lumumba administration. And, you know, we can be of the people, right? But sometimes people who are of the people even betray the people. So we have to be committed to the people.
Good evening. My name is John Horn, and I'm a candidate for mayor of the city of Jackson, and I'm here to ask for your vote and your support. You know, this race is going to be about deliverance. It's going to be about who has delivered for the city of Jackson and who will deliver for the city of Jackson in the future. Let's look at what the proven leadership is. Let's look at the track record of these people. Let's look at where we've come and where we're going to go. Who has the relationships? Who has the ability? Who has the opportunity? Who's already delivered for Jackson? I've delivered for Jackson for over 20 years in my position in the state legislature. I have a track record. I have delivered for Jackson. I will deliver for Jackson in the future as your mayor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Horn. Mr. Priestley.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is City Council President Melvin Priester Jr. And like many of you, I'm tired of Jackson trying to keep up with other communities. I am tired of Jackson trying to catch up with other communities. It is time for Jackson to get ahead. We are going to hear people talk a lot about experience. But just because people have been doing something for a long time doesn't mean people are doing something well. I have been working hard all my life. I worked hard to go from JPS to Harvard and Stanford. I worked hard on city council to make sure our budgets line up with our priorities. And I'm running today to give Jackson the tools it needs to get ahead. The tools it needs to do something different about crime. The tools to do something different about economic development. So on April 8th, I'm asking for your prayers and I'm asking for your vote for Melvin Priester Jr. so we can stop doing things the same and do something different.
Thank you, Mr. Priestley.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Albert Wilson. I also want to be the next mayor. And my name, I don't have an attorney behind my name, or I'm not one of these eloquently speaking politicians, but I'm a businessman here in Jackson. And I'm also a community organizer who has dedicated my life in service to people. I'm a product of you. I was born right here in Georgetown, and I went to Wingfield, and I received my bachelor's degree right here at Jackson State, and working on my master's at Mississippi College. So the knowledge that I have as a business person was what has prepared me uniquely to be your mayor. Not only have I written budgets, but I've implemented them. I've completed payrolls, I've given jobs and services. So I just want to thank the organizers here who invited us to here at West Jackson, and we look forward to continue this conversation.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. Now, let us get to the questions. The questions will be asked in sequences of three. That is, the first three candidates will be asked a question. Then we will move to the next question for the next three candidates. All candidates will be asked to respond to the very last question. These questions have been developed by the Central West Jackson Improvement Association. The moderator had nothing to do with these questions. The first question, Attorney Quinn. It has been rumored that the city is not applying for all available housing and urban development and community development block grant funding. How do you plan to address